hundreds of videos regarding Ryan's toy review and how his parents are essentially using him like a cow to get money have undoubtedly already been viewed by many of you, but believe me when I say that they are worth seeing because his narrative is becoming more and more sinister every day this time around, with federal agents actually looking into and exposing his parents. In any case, Ryan Kaji is the kid millionaire who pretty much recorded toy reviews with a camera in his face before he was even born. Wait, that's not even possible. In any case, this man was earning enough money from YouTube ads in a single day to cover your entire family's expenses while we were all playing with Barbie dolls. It is completely absurd that he currently has 40 million subscribers and 60 billion views. Ryan is much more than just a popular YouTube channel, he also has his own Nickelodeon show, toys, and movie. It's completely insane. Even though Ryan is the star of this multi-billion-dollar content farm, the contentious question here is how much of it he keeps and how much his nasty, selfish parents steal.
You're on track to be a teenage billionaire. How much does Ryan get to keep of all this?
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
People recognize me and be like, hey, you're Ryan. I just realized that you're famous.
What's been the biggest sponsorship that you've said no to?
Millions of dollars. We lost revenue of 70%.
I just pushed through.
You're the first creator ever to have a Macy's Day Parade balloon and to have a product in Walmart that sold over $1 billion.
To just go from just a regular immigrant family and then now full-length feature movie, that's a big step.
If like Ryan were to call it quits, what would happen?
When you start to question the foundations of Ryan Kaji's business, things start to seem strange. How much of this enormous money is truly his after all? You see, the masterminds behind this scheme are Ryan's parents, Cheyenne and Luan Kaji, who are in charge of pulling all the strings. And it would be an understatement to suggest that they are living the good life. Mansions worth millions of dollars, verify. Traveling to exotic places, verify. Private aircraft, yes, they most likely have one of those as well. What is Ryan up to? Even though he now sports facial hair, he continues to write product reviews. However, why? Is it because his parents are keeping him in a vicious loop for their own financial benefit, or is it because he wants to? It's obvious that Ryan is exhausted if you've lately viewed any of his videos. He's 13 now, so he's not the adorable 5-year-old who reviews toys like a YouTube whiz. He should be playing sports, dating, and hosting Project X-style parties instead of being imprisoned in his bedroom with a camera trained on his face. He is a high school student. He now appears to have been creating videos since preschool. His viewership is crashing, and it's not just me. That young spirit is long gone. He used to receive billions of views on his videos, but these days, he's lucky if he gets a couple 100,000. He seems to be stuck in a rut, repeatedly doing the same action as his parents continue to press him for more content. So how can a dying channel be saved? Of course you make a movie. Introducing Ryan's World, the film. Spoiler alert, this is a complete catastrophe. It was intended to be a huge comeback, the thing that would revitalize the channel and increase viewers.
Brought us out of Dark Titan's lair! You need us! She has a point.
How's this for a point? I'm the big brother, I know best, and I'm in charge. The twins go home before they get us into any more trouble.
I don't think Ryan ever imagined that this would be his big Hollywood moment, even though he aspired to be an animator.
You know, I wanted to be an astronaut, then I wanted to be an NBA player. I'm curious, like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be like an animator. I think it's really fun to do because like the drawing and then like at the end you get to see the whole thing and see what you've like worked on the whole time. And like sometimes I can see like the drafts first, and then after I can see like the full thing. And it's really cool to see how it changes over time.
Yeah, you were in the front.
Like, Ryan, are you going to keep making YouTube videos, given your interest to be an animator and maybe go behind the camera, like as you get older?
I think I will keep going for a while, yeah.
The performance was mediocre. The animation was mediocre. The screenplay? A catastrophe. It's a complete train catastrophe, really. To be honest, I have no idea how it got on the big screen. The movie itself was definitely less entertaining than the reviews. This is a toy commercial with a 13-year-old who is imprisoned and miserable. It is not a film. This film was amazing. I adored it when Diddy, Drake, and Ryan appeared on TV, all decked out in baby oil and a level 6000 GAT. How could I have freaked out? Now, don't misunderstand. Most likely, Ryan is set for life. And while though I don't blame his family for taking pleasure in their fortune, it seems like they've gone too far. This gadget his parents developed has devoured Ryan's entire childhood. Making money off of a brand is now more important than a child playing with toys. Not to mince words, Ryan is the brand. His face has brought in millions of dollars for the Kaji family, and they are making every effort to maintain the revenue stream. The worst part, though, is that Ryan's parents make all of the decisions. Speaking of his parents, let's take a moment to discuss them and their quite shady past. Ryan's mother has a somewhat tumultuous past. She was arrested in 2002 for attempting to steal $93 worth of clothing at JCPenney.
People have been looking into the family's past, and it turns out that Ryan's mother, Loan Guan, was arrested in 2002 for shoplifting. She was trying to steal around $93 worth of clothing from JCPenney at Alameda Mall in Houston, Texas. Loan was 18 at the time and attending the University of Houston. She faced 60 days in jail, and instead the judge gave her 6 months probation and a $150 fine. She was told that she had to complete 40 hours of community service and complete random drug tests. Pretty lenient. Problem is, Loan did not show up to her community service, she didn't report to her community advisor, nor did she pay for the fees. She was arrested again in 2003 for violating her parole and spent 30 days in jail.
Although it's a minor infraction, the way the family is taking advantage of Ryan to increase their fortune is more important than her history of theft. While Ryan sits in front of a camera reviewing toys and reenacting scripts, his parents are making a ton of money. As long as they are making millions, the Kajis don't care about his welfare. Ryan is the reason they have their mansions, their trips, and their opulent lifestyle. What about him? Like a hamster in a wheel, he continues to produce videos. And to be really honest, I have no idea what's going on with his mother, since she acts like she's trying out for a part in a high-profile Hollywood movie in every single video. She always seems to be trying too hard while she's on camera. Perhaps she believes this will make her famous, but for now it's simply embarrassing. Perhaps she should just acknowledge her passion for acting and begin going to auditions in person. Ryan might be able to retire from the entire circus if she gets a job. The thing that's really starting to irritate me though is that Ryan has never conducted an interview by himself. His parents are constantly watching over him to make sure he doesn't say anything that might damage their reputation. To be honest, when you consider it, it's a little unsettling. Even though the child is 13, his parents continue to have strict supervision over everything he says and does. The parents will step in to explain anything that the interviewer dares to ask that is even remotely awkward before Ryan has a chance to defend himself. I understand that they are defending their empire. However, it seems unfair that a child would never be able to speak for himself. Let's go back a little to 2018 to 2020, when Ryan was the world's highest paid YouTuber. No one on the stage was even coming close to earning as much money as he was. Ryan is still making ridiculous sums of money, even though his wages have somewhat decreased since then. Remember that this is only YouTube money. His brand is widely recognized by Nickelodeon, Walmart, and Target. It's a complete industry now, not just toys. The Kajis are extremely wealthy, as evidenced by their lavish lifestyle, which includes several residences valued at $5 to $10 million and extravagant vacations that shout definitely no budget. Why keep forcing Ryan to work when they've already made it? They don't have to, but they want to, appears to be the obvious response. It's difficult to leave an empire they've built when the profits are still coming in. Now, how on earth does Ryan earn this ridiculous sum of money? Ultimately, it is up to the advertisers. Because children are unable to distinguish between an advertisement and a normal video, advertisers adore channels like Ryan's. Ryan is the ideal vehicle for the entire treasure trove of product placements. The audience? He uses paid product promotion in about 90% of his content. Young children. Since people believe Ryan to be a reliable source, they are easy targets for advertising, and they will buy anything he says without even realizing it. The issue is that the FTC discovered it. The Federal Trade Commission intervened on behalf of consumer protection and the enforcement of civil antitrust law. The Kaji family was cautioned by the Children's Advertising Review Unit in 2017 that they needed to be more explicit about when they were promoting goods. However, did they pay attention? Not at all. 2 years later, the FTC steps in, resulting in significant fines and a great deal of criticism. The Kaji family was suddenly under intense scrutiny after YouTube was forced to pay a $170 million fine for its involvement in this. For good reason, everything was beginning to fall apart. Ryan was being taken advantage of because he was young and famous, and nobody seemed to be taking any action. Ryan's twin sisters, Ember and Kate, are now beginning to receive more television time as he enters his adolescent years and becomes thoroughly engrossed in it. They seem to be being prepared to take over and continue to generate income when Ryan is finished. It's convenient, isn't it? It seems as though the Empire's main goal was to continue making money at all costs. Why should the Kaji family continue pressuring Ryan to produce videos when they already have more money than they would ever require? It might be a habit, perhaps it's greed, or perhaps they simply are unable to quit. In any case, it's becoming evident that empires founded on exploitation don't last forever, and that public opinion is changing. Will Ryan ever be able to escape the burden of this machine? Who knows, really? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. However, one thing is certain, it won't be simple, and the longer this continues, the more difficult it will be for Ryan to get out of this. Let's call it what it is: slavery. Anyway, I hope you all had fun. Enjoy your day, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one.